Hey, what's up guys, Chris here, and it's raid week in War of the Visions, which means we can all be a little bit lazy. Well, at least I can, since this video is coming out a day late, so you've probably already had a chance to look around at all of the awesome changes with the new update, and how about this banger they added for the menu music? Nice. Since you've already had a chance to look around, in this video I want to talk about a few strategies for some of the new features, especially for free-to-play or super light spenders, gather all of the most important info from a couple of different sources and bring it to you quickly. If you guys liked the video, learned something new, find some stellar guidance to click the like and subscribe buttons below, and go. Okay, so one of the first things I want to talk about is the daily purchase bonuses, and I've seen in a couple different places people saying how great of a deal this is. I don't actually think this is as good of a deal as people are making it out to be. These stars, basically, we're going to cover this in a little bit when we talk about the star shop, but these are basically 1-to-1 for shards until you get enough shards, and then they stop being 1-to-1. So if you look at the daily purchase bonuses for this week, it actually comes out to 35, 45, and then 5 per day. I mean, it comes out to 80 total shards for units, I believe. So these are soul stars, so yeah, it looks like this is just for units. So 80 total shards for units, but it's not going to be the same unit, because once you spend 20 stars on one unit, the price goes up. So I don't think this is any better than normal daily purchase bonuses, even though it might kind of seem like it. It is 80 total shards, but that's only if you spread it out among 4 different units. Just something to keep in mind if this is something that you're looking into. I do want to talk about this guidance from the Stars Vision card. A lot of people are saying this card's basically exclusively for more. And while that's kind of true right now, you have to look to the future when you're looking at these cards. So for us free to play, remember we've talked about this More Aerith combo for a long time. We've talked about the More Ildira or EX Ildira, which is a ways off, but that will be a pretty strong combo using this card as well. So just a couple things to keep in mind if you're searching for this or thinking about pulling for this card. It's not just for more. It is right now, but if you're looking ahead to the future, want to build a strong water magic team, this is a card you definitely want to grab. Okay, moving down, there's a couple of guild banners that I do want to cover real quick. The Vision card shards, always grab these. Free to play light spenders should always be grabbing Vision card shards. The Whisper banner. Even if you're EXing Whisper, I'm not sure I would actually spend my gil on this, only because her shards are in the Mog Shop. And I think it's a little bit easier to get her shards through the guild medals instead. So this is one that I think is optional. If you're really trying to push EX on Whisper super quick, you can do that. And speaking of Whisper EX, let's talk about her for a second. So Whisper's EX is actually really interesting. She is a unit you can get a lot of use out of if you have the right gear and Vision cards. And the 2 cards you really want to use with Whisper are going to be Solidus for slash resist build, and then Fenrir for the magic resist build. Both of these cards can be had in the Mog Shop, so everybody should be working on these 2 cards. This actually makes Whisper a lot more accessible. Grab that Armor of Light that you can still farm right now if you're into Whisper. Make a barrier version that has high spirit. That's got magic resist on it as well. It's going to be the best armor for an anti-magic build. In addition, golden armor is going to be the MR armor that she can equip that can add that slash resist as well. So Whisper is actually a lot more accessible than she used to be. Her main drawback right now is that she does have much lower HP than a lot of the tanks, but those resistances certainly can make up for it. So I do think Whisper is a lot more accessible. If you're a newer player, like you started since the anniversary, I don't know that I would recommend Whisper, because you still have to build up a lot of tools. Go ahead and grab her in the Mog Shop and build up her shards there, but I probably wouldn't go for EXing her right away. I would just save those moldy corns for different units. Okay, one thing that you might have missed that they added here is if we go to the story mode and we go to world quests, they added hard quests for Vision cards that are less than UR rarity. And why this is important is if I go down here, you can see I can run hard quests for rare cards, so rare, SR, and MR cards as well. This isn't important really for the shards, because free to play, never, ever, ever, ever are you going to farm these lower rarity vision card hard quests. However, you do get to come in here and complete every single one of them to grab 50 Visor and 15 of these Orbs of Envisionment, which is basically like partial rainbow sphere, I guess, like basically a third of a rainbow sphere and 50 Visor for each of these. So what I would do is probably spend the next 2 weeks or however long it would take to knock out all these vision card quests for the lower rarities, grab all the Visor and all of the Orbs of Envisionment that you can, because that's going to be super nice. Okay, last thing before we go talk about the star medals, we're going to talk about the raid real quick. This white marshmallow miniature, as a +5, it's really not something that you need to push for as a +5 for free to play or casual players. I would not burn myself out on the raid to get a +5 of this. Basically what it does is it provides like sleep, paralyze, confuse, berserk. I mean, it's got a few different status effects that it prevents. It's not going to be super useful in PvP. There are times in which it can be useful, but this item is more of a PvE item, but you do get that status effect resistance the same on a +0 as you do a +5. So actually, the best advice that I can give you, if you don't have a lot of time to farm the raids this week, is to pick up at least 5 recipes for this and build 5 +0s, because these things will be super helpful for PvE events that drop a lot of status effects on you, a lot of those annoying PvE events that have Marbelows in them, Petrifier units, and do all that nasty stuff. These are going to be super helpful to put on your entire team to prevent status effects. Make 5 +0s at a minimum, even if you aren't really going into it. You can already see I have 12,000. I'm on like level, I don't know, 20 something of the raid right now, and I already have enough to do that. So very minimal investment to do that, and something that every single player should probably think about doing for PvE events to make them easier. Personally, I like the Alexandrite ring. I'm going to be trying to craft a +5 of this from this raid. Okay, let's talk about soul stars and vision stars to finish out this video. How we approach these as free-to-play, casual, or light spenders. Guys, don't be in a hurry to spend these. Basically, you can trade these 1-for-1 for unit shards up to a certain point. Let's see if I can pull this up. Yeah, so basically you get diminishing returns. So you're gonna get up to 20 shards for each unit at 1-to-1. Then if you want to go from 20 to 40, they cost 2 each, and so on up until this goes absurdly high. So I think the strategy here is pretty obvious for people who are free to play, light spenders, casual, where you're not just, you don't have these things, like hundreds of these things sitting around. I would probably grab up to 20 shards for units that you like or need. I probably wouldn't go further than 2-to-1. I probably would never go 3-to-1, 4-to-1, certainly not 5-to-1 or 10-to-1. For almost any unit, I'm really trying to think, maybe premium units like King Mont and Ruinstern Gilgamesh, you go to this 3-to-1. But I don't think I would go to 4-to-1 for anything, certainly, and I wouldn't go 3-to-1 for anything either. So, as we talk about how to actually spend these, you're going to end up having a lot of these, but they also carry over month to month, so don't be in a hurry to spend these. As new units come out and you pull new units, one of the first things I would do is I would come in here, make sure you have 20 of these things at all times for new units, and just grab the 20 shards for the things you don't have maxed out, because that way you're getting the most value out of these soul stars going forward. I'm going to keep an eye on also how many of these we get. Again, when I do my summer summon extravaganza, I have like almost 300 rare summon tickets now, so I'm going to be swimming in these things pretty soon, which will be pretty fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys learned something new, let me know in the comments section below if there's something I missed, and we'll catch you next time.